Hi, Iris Grimm here again with balancedphysician.com. And as you know, I do like to talk about stress and stress control because I always realize how much it has an impact on the not only on the performance of physicians, but also on their just personal well-being. You know, just a couple of days ago, I had a conversation with a physician, and in that conversation, she was just so overwhelmed when she just talked about all of the workload that she had to do and catching up with her EMR and taking care of her kids. She really was just ready to crumble and just throw it all away. And what made me realize is, you know, as a physician, you have been trained to deal with stress effectively in your workplace. And you are able to stay focused when you do a procedure or when, you know, everything around you is like chaos. But then, you know, you have all that other stress that is also happening in your personal life, and that is outside of just the clinical skills that sometimes are just so much that it is almost overbearing. And you may not notice it until you actually take a vacation and you take a couple of days off. And that is when you become conscious just how much stress you have to deal with. And sometimes your body even reacts to it because you may get sick, or you may just want to sleep all day just because the body is just so worn out by all of that stress. And it kind of like reminds me of that analogy of a fish in the water. Now, just imagine a fish that lives in the Hudson River outside of Manhattan. And I'm sure, you know, you can imagine what this water just tastes and even smells like, you know, oily, murky. There is crap flowing around there. You know, just imagine living in this kind of environment. And then imagine you take that fish and transfer it to a clear mountain lake somewhere in New York, upstate New York. And once you put that fish in there, at first that fish might be really shocked. But then very, very quickly that fish adapts to that clarity and that freshness of the water. And I feel many physicians have gotten used to that murky, oily environment where they are working with that is filled with stress, and don't realize there's actually also a clearer, fresher way of living life and practicing medicine. And so where it comes down to is really identifying these stressors and getting rid of them, but at the same time sometimes, you know, doing some little bit of transfers and some mindset shifts and some changes in your environment that lifts you up and creates a clearer perspective for you. I know that might sound really confusing or maybe even impossible. And yes, sometimes it is impossible to do it on your own, just like it is impossible for the fish to transfer itself from the Hudson River to the clear lake in New York, upstate New York. However, that's why there are people here like me who can help you to transfer from that murky, stressful environment to a more balanced environment. If this is something that sounds exciting to you, I'm here for you. Give me a call or send me an email. Would love to talk with you.